So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our conjunction video of the week. And today we're going to be covering our conjunction of Sun and Jupiter in the fourth house. As in what happens when Sun and Jupiter are in the fourth house of your horoscope conjunct. And as always, if you do not know, if you have this particular conjunction, what sign it's in, what nakshatra it's in, all the other astrological details, for that, check out the links here. Check out my full astrological report, including my books, consultations, and link to my academy, Vedic Astrology Academy, where you'll find not only my courses, but also my uncensored vlogs, where I'm actually going to talk about something very, very unique. Something to do with the gray little creatures, you know. So, Sun and Jupiter in the fourth house. So one thing you see here, that fourth house represents the seed of power. It represents two things, seed and the seat. The seed of power and the seat of power. Meaning this is where the seat grows. And this is where the seat is. It's also obviously represents our emotional self-being. Represents our early childhood. How our early childhood was. Represents the mother, because we're almost, most of the time, with the mother in our early childhood. It represents the education, not the education I would say more like lessons and wisdom that we receive in life that makes us who we are when we are, young adults. And fourth house is known as the house of the underworld. It's the house of the underworld. Why is it the house of the underworld? This is the deepest point where sun is around midnight, or depending upon the country, it might be a little bit different. Could be even 1 a.m. But this is the underworld, where sun just dips into the underworld. So when you have Jupiter and sun there, naturally shows that a person early childhood was really driven by a lot of religious and spiritual ceremonies within the home. One was surrounded by a lot of authoritative individuals, powerful individuals within the home. You would even have a family guru with this particular position. Regardless of the sign, somehow, some way, family will try to follow some spiritual senior advisor. But one thing we also see when sun is in the fourth house with Jupiter, either a person is raised by a single parent, even though both parents are alive and may not be even divorced. But the thing is, father could be so busy that you just pretty much were mainly raised by the mother, because by the time father came home, you went to sleep. And when you were going to school in the morning, father was, in the bathroom or sleeping. So that could also be the thing. And at the same time, one would also, especially with Jupiter and sun together, usually a person can be raised by a male individual, like the father in life. Now, one thing that is seen with this particular conjunction is that a person will have a lot of enemies. They will have a lot of competition. They will have a lot of rivals. But they will always find victory over rivals. With Sun and Jupiter being in the fourth, they will find victory over all rivals. No debt sticks to them. They're like the Teflon dawn of the debts. Whenever some debt happens, it goes away. It's never there for like years on end and decades on end. No, either they will get rid of it on their own effort, or they'll just file for bankruptcy and they'll get rid of it. And one thing we also see, that this is an individual who will naturally settle in a faraway foreign place and will actually find great success and fame in a foreign place, foreign lands. And the person will have a home First of all, the home will be quite powerful in structure. Like when you arrive at this person's home, you're like, yeah, it's a nice home. But also you will notice with Jupiter being in the fourth, there will be an empty space in the middle of the home. Like even my own previous home and even this home has space in the middle. Usually you'll find that in Indian homes, we call it the Angan. But somehow the structures that are here as well, sometimes you'll get an empty space within the middle. And with this particular position, there would be delay in having children. You also see that after you purchase your first property, after you purchase your first home, naturally fulfillment of desires starts happening. Whatever it is that you were wanting in life and needing in life, pretty much starts to come to you when you sign the deed to your home, not like some rental property. I'm talking about, although I have to be honest, I haven't tested it with the rental properties. So maybe that could be true. But what I have seen is with the people who have signed the deed to their home, like this is your home, your property. Okay. And what else can I say here? You will definitely see a big puja room or a place of prayer within the home. There will be a dedicated space within the home for prayers. And you will also see that usually sometimes this person, when they're born, they're either born near a body of water, or there will be a lot of food places around when they were born. Like there will be like 10, 15, 20 shops with food, and the hospital is like right next to it. And there will also be either a church, mosque, or a temple or a synagogue in the northeast direction from where you were born. And it won't be too far away, because of course, if there's no length, then you're going to find something, if you make a straight line in that northeast. But I'm talking about like literally in the vicinity of where you were born. So anyway, guys, this was my analysis of Jupiter and Sun conjunction in the fourth house of your horoscope. If you're new to my channel, subscribe below so you don't miss these type of beautiful videos. And if you want to know where your Sun and Jupiter are placed, all your astrological details, check out the links here, and make sure to go on the MVAA section as well on the website, so you'll get to see more creative details there. All right, bye-bye.